troubled mind, it isn't anxious, it's not the restless kind. Your love's not broken, it's not insecure. Your love's not selfish, your love is pure. 'Cause you don't give your heart in pieces. Oh yeah, you don't lie yourself to Jesus. So don't give your heart in pieces.
So that's just a skit we've been sharing with people in Nepal. We've been sharing with people here as well, and a little more expected. And that skit really shows just the story of God and Jesus throughout the entire Bible. And it begins with creation and how God created man, and he really desired to love and be in relationship with him. And he walked through and showed all of creation to him. And that was with Jamie and Will. And they went around and showed the entire world and what God created for him and for man himself. But the issue was that man got distracted and rebelled from God and turned away with sin. And that was shown by lust, and lust walked right through and got distracted. And Jamie had a choice, creation had a choice, and turned from God in that choice. And then that really broke God's heart, as you saw over here. And the issue with rebelling from God when we get stuck in those large things was that it starts getting worse and worse. And you get more stuck in that as time goes on. And so with lust here, it moved from lust to alcohol, then to drugs, and it just got stuck continually and continually. And that's what sin and rebelling from God did to man. So God sent his sacrifice, Jesus Christ, to bridge that gap. And since God is perfect, and us man are broken in sin, God can't actually be connected with man. Because being holy is being set apart. And if something is perfect, it can't be in contact with something that isn't perfect. That would make it imperfect. So God had to do something. And he sent his son Jesus Christ as a sacrifice to bridge that gap. And so once that gap was bridged, he gave us a choice. He gave us a choice to accept that as truth and to accept Jesus Christ as our Savior. But then we have to give our lives and surrender all that we have to God. And so that's really what we've shared with people around the world, within Nepal, and we've been sharing within some churches around here, just giving you a taste of what we've been doing in Nepal. And by the way, my name is Alex. I didn't introduce myself in the beginning. I'm from the United States and I'm 20. And I'm also just going to share a little bit of testimony for myself of what intimacy with God has looked like for me. So here's just a verse that's really helped me see what seeking relationship with God actually looks like. This is Revelation 3:20. Behold, I stand at the door and knock. If anyone hears my voice and opens the door, I will come in to him and eat with him, and he with me. I really didn't understand what it was to be in relationship with God for quite some time in my life. I mean, I had all the facts. I was a Christian growing up, and I knew what it was to trust in the Lord. I knew what it was I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. And I had all the one-liners to say and everything that a Christian would necessarily need to do. And it wasn't fulfilling me. It wasn't satisfying that need in relationship. And as this verse speaks out, it says, God is waiting at the door knocking and asking for you to open the door to let him in. And the issue with my life was, I was hearing the knock, and I was like, okay, well, there's something on that side. I'm gonna try to figure out what something on that side is. So I'd read the Bible, maybe. I'd ask people, okay, well, who is God? What does he mean to you? And all these things. And still, it didn't come about really an intimate relationship with God. And so an example would be, let's say Gus. Gus and I would have a relationship. And I heard from his family, I've heard from people in the church, oh, this is Gus. He does this. He's a great guy. He loves the community. He goes on a run every day. He does something like that. And so I would know about him, but I heard this all secondhand from other things. This is kind of like reading the Bible. We can read the Bible and hear all these things about God. We can ask people, oh, how much has he impacted you? How great has it been in your life? And that's wonderful to know these things. But would I have a relationship with Gus? Would I be able to talk with him and share my life and really be able to be deep and heartfelt with him? Well, the answer to that is no. I haven't been open. I haven't practiced sharing that with him. So the thing is, we have to speak with God. Like, I would have to speak with Gus. I would have to share my feelings, share how I feel, share things about myself, and also hear from him. Even though I know a few things about him, there are some things I just couldn't know about him unless I was actually in relationship, pursuing a relationship with him. And the same goes for God. I've tried over the years to try to find a relationship with God. And I didn't have the answer for that until I realized I was searching for the wrong thing. You can have all the head knowledge in the world, but if you don't have a relationship in your heart with God, you're not going to get anywhere.
Amen.
And that comes with a daily discipline and also a daily pursuit of him and asking him to be a part of your life. And as we shared with the skit, the end part of a relationship, you can accept Jesus, and that's great. And And that's a wonderful thing, but really where the amazing part comes is surrendering your life to him, letting him be a part of everything and asking him and inviting him. And that's through prayer, that's through hearing his voice and other things as well. But it's, for myself personally, it's been just asking him, inviting him and saying, Lord, teach me your ways, teach me what it is to be in relationship with you. And that's just been what's really transformed my life. Instead of getting all the head knowledge in me, is getting the heart knowledge.
Yeah,
And desiring to have that relationship with God, for one, and then seeking it out. And the issue with that for myself came about was, okay, I did that, I pursued that, but then I wouldn't spend time reading the Bible to know more about God, to ask for more understanding. So for myself was really just pursuing him on a daily level, from day to day, going out and saying, God, okay, how can I learn more about you? How can I invite you to more of my day? And that's how God has really blessed me. And I encourage you as well, really just to ask God and say, all right, Lord, where in my life are you not? And where in my life am I not allowing you into this relationship? And that's really where he'll start transforming yours, which he did for me.